book fans to Time Travel Comics, and this time will be a Christmas edition. I have my time tokens here from different years from 1952, 1960, 1975, and even some from 2000. So we're going to use a bunch of coins in our time machine to have a great ride through some Christmas adventure. And the first book we're going to look at is Happy Time Woolworth's Christmas Book. This came out in 1952. It was basically a 36-page advertisement for children to look at toys and ask for Santa to bring it to them. It also included comics in between. So it's just an interesting book. It was put out by Woolworth Company. And there it is, Happy Time Christmas books from 1952. We see Santa, two kids riding along, not in a sleigh, but a candy stripe rocket. It's a Trip and Santa's Ribbon Candy Rocket, and just a beautiful book. And the part of time, Woolworths went out of business. What remains of Woolworth today is Foot Locker Gym Shoe Company. There actually were holdings of Woolworth based in New York City. And this was one of the premier and one of the more popular department stores at the time. I even remember going to Woolworth just before it closed in the late 90s. Illustrated by Marv Levy. And Western Publishing, which is also Dell Publishing, created this circular and advertisement. We are going to jump a year ahead from 1952 that we just saw to 1953. And this is a Dell 4-color series book. And it's issue number 525, which happens to be Santa Claus Funnies, right on the title there. And we're greeted in his sleigh, the majestic Santa Claus in his red velvet outfit and white fur. And this iconic Santa depiction dates back to 1863, where Harper's Weekly, which was a magazine at the time, illustrator Thomas Nast depicted Santa. Previously in German lore and also Nordic folktale, he had a longer beard and was colored green. The color swap red happened here in the United States. It was later in 1931, Coca-Cola illustrator Haddon Sundblom added the colors in the cheerful puffy cheeks as you see on Coca-Cola advertising today. So we have to thank Coca-Cola and Harper's Weekly for the depiction of Santa that we know and love. A beautiful book, a lot of excitement as he leads the reindeers. 1953 Santa Claus Funnies. Yeah, now we have Christmas Parade number 4, a Dell Comics exclusive. And this came out in 1952, featuring the Disney characters. As you see, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Donald Duck. And this adventure here, you can see, is the Walt Disney Christmas Parade from Dell Comics. Beautiful cover. Christmas can't be complete without trains. And there's Mickey Mouse leading the parade as the train swirls around the corner. And just great at the time where Lionel trains are popular, and they still are today among enthusiasts and hobbyists. And just look at the bow there on the train, the wheels, you see the motion, the artist including as much of the train as possible. Walt Disney Christmas Parade number 4. 25 cents back in the day. That was a pretty steep price tag for 1952, but nonetheless a beautiful cover. And why don't we stay in 1960 to explore another Dell book? You can see this little activity panel here. Another Disney creation. And this here is Walt Disney Dell Giant number 39. It happened to be a Christmas special with Huey, Dewey, and Louie right there with their three small stockings and the big one there for Donald Duck. So just a great cover. Still 1960. A nice copy, better copy, not too much wear. And it's just riddled with little activities and Christmas themed little pullouts to do. And these books you don't see any as much anymore. Usually they're just a comic book, maybe with a reference to Christmas, but these were all about Christmas. Dell Giant number 39 from December of 1960. Wonderful cover. Nice gloss. See the sofa. You can see that somebody's getting cheated out of more toys. And another book from 1960. This is the Dell 4-color series once again. We saw 525. This one's 1,154. The Dell series has always had a long run of comics, and we see Santa again. This nice, fun artwork, polar bear trying to help out Santa in the North Pole. And this is Santa Claus Funnies, 10-cent book, riding on a car through the snow. Hopefully it's not a blizzard. This book was gifted to me by Captain Strangelove a couple years ago, and it just has such a merry cover with a red Santa driving away, still cheerful and happy despite the elements of the weather. I'm sure he could drive a sleigh a lot better, but it's nice to see here what looks like a modified Volkswagen Bug. From Dell Comics, 10-cent issue, Golden Age, and actually Silver Age because it's 1960. Great cover. And I have the captain to thank for this beauty right here. And fast forwarding to the future, this is 1962. We're actually looking at an Archie book. Archie had quite a few Christmas-themed books when the season came around, and some great pull-out posters and pinups. And there we have it, Christmas Hello, little tobogganing, and an amazing cover. One of my favorites of Archie Giant number 15, the Christmas stocking special. We're greeted by Betty and Veronica pulling on Santa's beard right in the middle, the elves watching, and quite a cover. Nice high-grade copy right here, which is kind of rare for me, but it's just great with the little touches like the Santa hat as Archie's wearing it, the excitement, and just a beautiful cover. This is the Christmas stocking special. It even included letters to Santa Claus in the back, little mini comics, advertisements. Got a sucker punch from one of the presents. Little ice skating. There's Veronica. Running games with the elves. Veronica again. Here's the pinup. Look at all the different ornaments. Season greetings. Right there from the gang. And we are still hanging out in the 60s, as the Archie book was from 1962. This book is also from 1962, and it features Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa. This was by National Publication or DC Comics, and it features Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in his own annual book. It was a short series. I think there were 12 issues with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and came out with an annual as well. And you can see the artwork and Rudolph trying to figure out puzzles and help out Santa and his friends along the way. A lot of adventures there. But the cover is just great and kind of shows the different stories inside. 1962, 1963. Just a great 80-page special. And then a hot air balloon with the polar bears. That middle inset, very cute, with the red nose. Toy soldiers running after Rudolph and then confronting two angry lions. Nice green cover. DC Annual. #1 for Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Beautiful cover. Yeah, nothing says Christmas quite like it. And why don't we jump out of the 60s and into the 70s? You can see the fashion of the time with the prints and flower design, bell bottoms, of course. And this is another Archie book. It's Archie Spectacular. And just Christmas, winter theme, the ski lodge, Veronica with her head covered, ice skates, clumsy Archie. I think the captain always admires these advertisements, sea monkeys. T-shirts and press-on, iron-on transfers. It's just nice to see the snow falling, the church choir. Very much gets you in the Christmas mood as this lady is cheering as she made her final purchase, maybe checking off the last list on her Christmas list, her package rather. And here's the cover, beautiful cover. This is the Christmas Spectacular from Betty and Veronica, 241, 1975. Merry Christmas with a smooch there. Right on the escalator. Archie's going up, Betty's going down. Christmas wreath. Crowd seems to like that. It's just really, really nice to see. December of 1975. I'm just going to jump into the future, 2006, a couple decades ahead of ourselves, and looking at Marvel. Some of the action is Christmas themed, and some of it is not. It's just more promotional for the year, as we can see a gray Hulk and some characters being introduced here. But the cover is one that I really enjoy. This is a Marvel one-shot, the Marvel Holiday Special, and it's fashioned after the Norman Rockwell covers of the Saturday Evening Post. You have that round divider and those two black bars. They kind of make up the design back at the time. And you can see Hulk with his big hands holding some Christmas presents and trinkets and maybe candies. And Spider-Man and Iron Man sitting before him as the Hulk looks to be like Santa. So it's a fun cover. And just moving along here, we have the Amazing Spider-Man number 700 before they launched the Superior Spider-Man, which came after. You can see the battle in the foreground with the Green Goblin on his hoverboard, and then the diner. I just enjoy the diner scene here with the window looking in and Aunt May and those partying as well. Mary Jane, a little Christmas wreath as well. So this is just a holiday cover with the Amazing Spider-Man. He was created in 1962. This one is a recent pickup. I really like the cover because it screams Christmas and happy holidays. In the background of New York City as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles take on the rooftops of New York. See a holiday wreath on the edge of the building there. Even the Christmas tree over here. You see the Santa hats. This is all by Kevin Eastman, one of the creators of the Ninja Turtles. And the Ninja Turtles actually got me into comics. I collected the Archie series back in the day, but they also were created by their own studio. And Kevin Eastman continues to work on the Ninja Turtles, and Peter Laird is credited to helping him. So just some modern age book, just a little perusal right there. Another item I wanted to show you with Christmas in mind are some postcards with some Golden Age covers from DC Comics. And we're greeted by Action Comics number 93, February of 1946. This is a wonderful cover, Christmas Around the World, with Superman holding the Earth. You also have an appearance by Wonder Woman delivering toys that include an airplane and a ball and different items there. It's Miss Claus from Sensation Comics, number 38. These are very collectible, highly sought after books, and nonetheless, they have the Christmas theme, including Batman and Santa working side by side, season greetings. This was during 1945, and they were actually looking for war loans and war bonds, so it's neat to see advertisements like that. And then Comic Cavalcade number 13, December 1945. So these are World War II era Golden Age DC books, including The Flash, a very original and early Wonder Woman, and just a great little thing to have. I picked this up at a FedEx at Kinko's, vintage DC Comics note card pack.